Welcome to the Oregon Horse Center's 2015 Fall Clinics. My name is Jolynn Hoover and I'll be your judge today. Number 25, Sean. That was cute. I like the humor as this rider came in the door. She didn't let that rattle her. She just got herself right back on track. Nice way to start the course. I would like to see this rider check her headstall length. When she checked her headstall, there was a lot of slack. She may need to raise it a notch. Her length might be too long on her headstall. Nothing to do at all with the score. I just something that I noticed as she checked her gear. Horse stood nice and quiet. I'd like to see her get a little bit more forward flow so she doesn't do a haunch turn out of the ditch. We'll give her a score of a 7 on her mount. I'd like to see her just walk forward, turn to the left, flow her hindquarters in. That would set her in that arc that she needs to get around that log. That was just a little bit too much break in forward flow for me, but the horse is handling the back up very quiet and nice. I'd like to see the rider make a little bit of softer cues that will help that horse not to overstep so far to the side. Just minor things that will really clean that up. I'll give her a score of an 8. I'd like to see this rider strive to have a little bit more impulsion and drive in her walk between obstacles. That was quite a long distance that she could get a little purposeful rhythm going. A little bit of misstep there on the front. Needs to let those hindquarters flow into the corners a little bit more and utilize her off leg and off rein to slow down the front end so the hindquarters can catch up. Again, little things. I'm going to give her a score of a 7 on that. That would be considered 1 refusal. I think if this rider's doing a really good job of just staying quiet, being there for her horse. So with the 1 refusal and a little anxiousness in the box, I'm going to give that a score of a 4. I like how she's getting herself straight as she approaches the plank, keeping her eye on the end, allowing that horse every chance that he can to get his spine straight. We'll give her a score of an 8 on the plank. She straightens out those entrances and exits. She'll increase that score. Nice entrance, nice turn. A little bit of distraction there as she's approaching the end of the back gate. All in all, I would give that a score of a 8. Very distracted by something at the end gate. Rider is doing a really good job of maintaining her composure, talking to her horse, keeping her eye on her path. A little bit of erratic flow there on the corner, not bad. Give her a score of a 6 on the hill. Horse is a little bit tense coming out of the ditch, which is causing him to look tight and unbalanced. Okay, back on track after a little traffic control. And I like the way that this rider just kept herself quiet and calm, getting herself regrouped. That'll go a long way towards helping her horse to settle down in and get back to work. Nice approach to the plank. Very nice exit off the plank, and that's as close to a 10 as I've seen all day. I would give that a score of a 10. And the riders made a choice to bypass the bog. That will be a score of a 0. And again, just for the rider's information, when I'm trying to make a decision whether to score a 9 or a 10, I have to ask myself if there's one thing that I can tell that rider to improve upon in order to get a 10. And if I can't think of anything, I don't feel I have the right to withhold a 10. So that was just additional comments on the plank. I'd like to see this rider hold the end of that rope up so it doesn't get caught in her stirrup. I'd like her to be aware of that ahead of time in case her horse spooks. Now I believe they told me in the walkthrough that they were not to dally. This rider has dallied, so that would be a change from what they were asked to do in the walkthrough, so I will have to discount for that. I would like to see her do everything exactly the way she's doing it, except for not dally. Okay. So you're not required to dally here? I guess is the clarification. I will judge it as if the dally was acceptable. I would like to see you take a little bit more time before you dally to get those coils lined out. All in all, I'll give you a score of a 7. Nice approach to the bridge. Although this horse is a little bit slower moving than I would like to see for this venue, his cadence is very rhythmic and consistent. I like how he rebalances himself coming down the hill, using his hindquarters to drive. I would give that a score of a 9. Nice entrance. I'd like to see her push her hand forward a little bit and let him have a little bit more rein coming up those rocks. And then gather him up and help him down off there like she's doing. I like how this rider waits for her horse. A little bit of misstep there. I'd like to see this rider learn how to stretch the muscles on the back of her leg, soften her ankle, and let her ankle act like a spring to take the shock when she comes down off of those. I'm going to give her a score of a 5 on that hill. Nice confident entrance into the long pond, even cadence. She's veering a little bit to the right. She can pay attention to that and fix that a little bit sooner. All in on, I'm going to give her a score of an 8. I like the confident way this rider approaches the hide. Side passing right up to the hide. Even though her horse was a little bit startled by it, I'd rather see her come up confidently and ask him to handle it, even though it's a tough situation. She's doing a good job of staying with it. Thank you. And I will give her a score of a 6 on the hide. Smooth up some of those refusal resistance areas, and that score will be increased.